just because he got fired by the company. Angry David threatened on the spot that he'd send his boss to hell within 3 days. Turns out the boss suddenly died that afternoon. David freaked out. Even worse, he pulled out the murder weapon. Then he realized, oh crap, his fingerprints are on it now, so David tried to stick it back in. But in his panic, he just couldn't bring himself to do it. So he planned to ask a coworker for help, but the coworker saw all the blood and him holding a murder weapon and was totally shocked on the spot. Who knew David was such a ruthless guy? Made threats in the morning and took out the boss by afternoon. David couldn't explain it clearly for a moment. Planning to leave first and figure it out later, he acted calm and got into the elevator. People in the elevator saw the blood on his clothes, too scared to even breathe. Right then, the murder weapon suddenly dropped to the floor.
Sir, you dropped this.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
I'm afraid you're mistaken.
Well, I saw it fall from your coat.
Thank you.
Soon, the police arrived at the scene. David knew he'd definitely be treated as the killer, so he covered his nose, pretending to have a nosebleed, walking out in broad daylight, but ran right into the real killer escaping through the vents.
It's not how it looks. Oh, what's the use?
The hitman looked totally confused, had no idea what David was explaining. Right now, he just needed to pack up and leave. David ran all the way to a big bridge, thinking he couldn't keep carrying this murder weapon. So he threw the weapon into the river to destroy the evidence, and ended up throwing the knife right onto the police patrol boat. Now it's even harder to explain. Better just run. Little did he know the police already knew who the killer was, because the office had cameras that caught the whole murder on tape clear as day. But David didn't know that he was convinced he was a wanted man. Seeing cops was like a mouse seeing a cat. He hid in a dumpster all day. At night, he thought it should be safe now. But as soon as he poked his head out, he saw cops again. No choice. He ducked back in and kept hiding. At midnight, David poked his head out again. Turns out these cops were still here. Finally made it to almost dawn. Finally, the cops clocked out. That's when he carefully snuck out. He found a phone booth and called home.
I'm going to try to make my way to Mexico, where I will remain until I can prove my innocence. But until that time, I am a fugitive from the law. I must live in hiding. Never able to rest, never a moment's peace.
Then went to an ATM planning to get some escape money. But after entering his password, he remembered ATMs have cameras. His location might already be exposed. Scared, he quickly threw his driver's license and bank cards in the trash, only keeping $36 in cash. Then he found a bathroom and washed all the blood off himself, then rushed to the bus station.
$36 get me.
Who's there?
All right. How far will this get me?
There you go.
Thank you.
Meanwhile, on the other side,